The audition process, it still blows my mind how crazy that whole thing was.
Oh, okay then.
I look back on it and it was definitely the most stressful time of my life because I didn't know whether my life was about to change and I wanted to be able to play this character that I'd grown up loving and admiring.
I don't think it was ever a question about who was gonna be it from the first second. He was funny, self-deprecating, innocent, and he had a terrible haircut from some other movie he was doing.
What are you doing?
Tom inhabited the character in a way that I don't think any of us have ever seen before. The passion and the level of depth which he brings to this character and the commitment that he has to it has only increased over the years that we've been making these movies. And his enthusiasm and sense of protecting Peter and exploring different parts of Peter has been unbelievable.
That's what we do.
Right, all right. Who's ready to make a movie? Roll camera. Yeah.
Watching Tom through this journey from the first movie into now has been so rewarding.
The first movie is about Spider-Man really wanting to prove himself to Tony Stark and working so hard to do that that he ends up screwing up and making things a million times worse. Like, that's just exactly how I felt on the first movie. Tom and I both felt the same. Like, where are we? What's going on? This is a crazy opportunity. Let's not screw it up.
This is insane. Look at this thing. Look.
We both grew up together. I don't feel like it was a parental role. I felt like we were all the kids.
What's interesting in the previous films is that he really has been the Spider Boy.
What about me?
What about you?
I mean, what if Mrs. Stark needs me or something, or I don't know, something big goes down?
And this film is about him becoming Spider-Man. It's about him growing up, making his own decisions, and stepping up to the plate as a full-blown Avenger. And it's been really nice to kind of have that dovetail between myself on Spider-Man Homecoming and now who I am and who Peter Parker is in Spider-Man No Way Home.
My name is Peter Parker, and I would like a coffee, please.
Tom is the most impressive actor I've seen work. He can be, on one day, the most emotional person you've ever seen.
We're okay. It's just me and you.
On the next day, he's the most happy-go-lucky guy.
Happy birthday to you.
He's up there on wires, doing all of his own stunts. So his range is incredible.
Right away, the first scene we shot together, I was just blown away by how good he was in the scene and how generous he was and vulnerable.
Tom Holland has all the pressure on him. We get to just like help him and support him as big brothers, and he's carrying it.
He really sets the tone for the day we're gonna have ahead, but also the movie. He comes on every morning in great spirits, and he leads the charge. For someone at his age, to have such a commanding presence on a set is truly incredible.
He's constantly reinventing things, coming up with new ideas, brilliant physical pratfalls and stunts as well. We know he's very gymnastic and athletic, but he's really switched on.
There's a kind of poetry about the way he moves. There's a language to it, which is rather beautiful.
He's incredibly professional, and he's always giving 150%. He won't stop until a shot looks great or until the emotion of the scene works. He keeps pushing and pushing and pushing.
He will literally go until there is nothing left in his body.
Okay, you okay? Let me try it again and see if I can get it better.
When we did the shield fight, the last couple of takes when he was fighting Willem, when they called cut, he would just drop to the floor. He was spent. There was nothing left. And the next day, he would come to work and he would be ready to go.
Ready and action!
Let's go for the spin.
It just is so incredible to see his passion. That alone is what sets the tone for the leadership of this movie.
I think Tom's gonna make a great director one day. So I'm just excited to see what Tom does next.
I just want to say a massive thank you. I know we're not done, we're only halfway through, but everyone has been amazing so far. We've been safe and been responsible and made this happen. So thank you for leading by example and making this happen. It's amazing. So, with the villains that are in the film, having the other Spider-Mans there to support me while also finishing off their storylines, it warranted the biggest solo superhero movie that's ever been made. And to be at the front of that was such a privilege. It's also quite daunting. It's quite scary, the way that this story has been told, this accumulation of nearly 20 years worth of cinema coming together for one film. Whether or not this is the end of my Spider-Man journey, if Spider-Man swings off into the sunset now, I'd be happy and content with what I've done. But the weight of me saying goodbye to him really comes across in the film.
I really like the idea of like It's a Wonderful Life with Peter. What could he possibly do to try and fix things? What is the 17-year-old kid's solution to this problem? You'd be like, well, I know Dr. Strange. Maybe I could ask him for help.
So, Peter, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Dr. Strange is down there on Bleecker Street in Greenwich Village.
But I think he's anything but a mentor to Peter in this movie. Peter does go to him for advice and help at a certain point, wondering if there's some way that he can put the genie back in the bottle.
He could just go ask him to fix it all. Just magically fix it all. Just turn back time or do a spell or do something so that my life can go back to normal.
You ready?
I'm ready.
And as you might imagine, it's not that easy. And things start to go wrong.
If you really think about what Peter's been through and how closely tied Strange is to all of that, it's basically Strange's idea about how to actually stop Thanos in Endgame. You know, that directly leads to the loss of Peter's mentor right in front of his eyes. It's no stretch of the imagination for me to think that Strange would want to help him.
I'm really sorry to bother you, sir, but...
Please, safe to have the universe together. I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Stephen.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
It's nice that he's able to seek solace in a friend that's Doctor Strange. It's also nice for me because Benedict has been a good friend of mine for years and years, so it's always fun sharing the screen with him. It's always interesting as well having two boys from London pretending to be two boys from New York.
Him and Parker are kind of level in the Avengers. You know, they're two very important superheroes, but sort of on a more everyday level, one's mid-40s and the other one's yet to go to college. So there's a very sort of paternal or avuncular thing that kind of kicks in with Strange, which is very non-Strange territory to be in. You know, this guy's quite a self-involved egotist, even if he is doing good for others. It's on his own terms. So this kid kind of reorientates him, and we're loving riffing off that and also just doing some really cool shit that I haven't done yet in a film. That's Strange.
Sanctum's built at the intersection of cosmic energy currents. And they shot an episode of The Equalizer here in the 80s.
The Sanctum, it could constantly change and evolve. And you open up one door one time, you open up another time, it might be different. So that gave us a lot of freedom.
And that's what Marvel does so well. The kind of scale of what they have in live action is not to be underestimated. And the quality of the set build, the paint work, the effects.
Just full credit to the set designers and all the crew that have just made it look incredible and, you know, like a bit of a winter wonderland in there.
This is a huge amount of Epsom salts. I kid you not, like barrels and sacks and tons, literally, of Epsom salts. So you would think, wow, and it just does. And even when you wet it down, it starts getting that slightly kind of crystalline, squelchy feel of snow that's thawed a little bit after a few hours sun in the morning, but it's basically really nice powder.
So, what is this place?
The Ancient Chamber was a blast to do, and we had to come up with, you know, why is it here? What's the design elements? So we have these two sets. We have a workshop, and then we have an Ancient Chamber, and we wanted a really strong contrast between those two. So the joke is when they go downstairs, they click on the light, and it's just the most boring basement you've ever seen, like the most storage room, Doctor Strange. They work through the workshop, and they come into an aperture or a threshold, and they look into a really ancient chamber, an old ruined chamber, which is where a lot of our action takes place. But that whole concept of the ancient chamber being a ruin that was here before New York was even built was kind of the idea. So we wanted to come down from the top of the Sanctum, down the staircase into the workshop, and then down even deeper into the ancient chamber. And so that was a great set to design.
It's full of fun to play with this set, and it just puts you right back on your game as a character like Strange.
How did you do that? Lots of birthday parties.
It was just thinking about what would be fun to see, visual combinations that you never thought you would see. Who are these guys? How great would it be to see Alfred Molina again. It gets to see Willem Dafoe without the mask, having Jamie get to come in and make him not blue.
You make me sick.
Leave me alone.
Hiding in the shadows.
Norman Osborn, Green Goblin is just like, I mean, to see him work when we're on the set,
Gods don't choose, we take.
and you go like, oh, shit. And that cackle, I was like, oh, I mean, that's real. You know, I forgot I was in the movie. I'm sitting there with my popcorn like, this motherfucker's good.
Willem is just fearless, and Willem doesn't give a flying whatever. I'm doing this. He's just like so unself-conscious as an actor, just totally free, and that's the dream.
It's one of the most surreal experiences I've ever had in my life. When he becomes the Goblin, he is terrifying. And in the rehearsal, he starts doing the laugh and he's saying all of this different stuff about how much he hates Peter Parker. And we're doing this fight scene. And I just became like a 5-year-old kid again, watching him in the theater.
Hello, Peter.
Hi. Alfred was blown away by the advancement in technology. When he made Spider-Man 2, his arms were puppets. He had 4 or 5 guys moving him around at a time.
Alfred, you know, as Octo is just, to watch him work, he's so funny. Once they say cut, I mean, bro, the jokes and everything like that is just like nonstop.
Is that 40 with a GH or?
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right, roll it.
But when he gets into his bag, and he plays an interesting character to where you feel like he's conflicted. Like he, out of all of us, seems like, yo, I want to maybe live a regular life, go to a club or something.
What's up, Peter? How you like the new?
Jamie, he's so inventive, he's so creative. He has the crew laughing constantly. He's a great storyteller, and he's the complete character.
The sequence where he thinks that Andrew was going to be black, like, that's all just Jamie improvising. That's not written.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. There's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere out there.
And it adds so much humor and so much love and life that I would work with Jamie Foxx on anything. Honestly, I love the man so much.
Electro's waiting on something to break so he can say, oh, let me get in, let me get mine. So that sets the table for something very interesting. All of those villains in an apartment that Peter takes him to, I mean, that's like smoking a cigarette at the gas station, pumping the gas, you know? So it's an exciting thing.
Oh my God. What have you done?
I liked you better before.
In this film, there's some good old-fashioned fighting. Punching, kicking, to the body stuff. I'm still not admitting that I'm too long in the tooth to do this stuff, so I still enjoy doing it. So to do this physical stuff was important to me.
He is still in incredible shape. He phoned me up prior to this movie and was like, I just want to let you know, I want to do as much as possible. And he was just a trooper. He has a pretty intense, high-energy fight scene with Tom.
It's unbelievable to see his dedication and how hard he worked to bring that same Green Goblin back that we saw in the first Spider-Man. That's just so mean and so violent.
You tried to fix me. Now, I'm gonna fix you.
I was so impressed with him and just his ability to have that kind of energy during something like that.
I got that Tony Stark shit.
When they showed me the previews of what they were accomplishing, I mean, it's the spectacle, that type of thing.
He did absolutely phenomenal stuff, you know, up and around on blue screen.
Shooting those is absolutely amazing. When they put you on those strings and fly you around is great.
Catch! Alfred Molina, because he moves around on the legs so much, we had him in a harness for 90% of the time that he was working with us. I felt so bad for him. Every time he saw one of the stunt guys, he was like, oh no, have I got to get back in the harness again?
Once the tentacles are there, there's going to be all this kinetic movement and things are going to be smashing. But if you look at just me, all I'm doing is this. Yeah. I was kind of like leaning in.
It's basically like you're hitting him in the face with your elbow.
Yeah. We were doing a huge fight scene with Tom. He's diving off things, he's doing flips, he's doing back somersaults, he's smashing into cars and then doing a roll. And I'm just kind of going, Tom.
I really take my hat off to them, and it was a very sad day when it was their last day, for sure.
There's so many great actors that have been in these movies, and to be able to bring them all together and to find a way to finish their storylines maybe in a different way. They're all sort of the victims of accidents, of technological mistakes. To use that as an entry point to telling a story about the idea of second chances, and it took a second, but eventually it all clicked.
For me to be here with you two today, because I mean, I remember going to the cinema to see your first film and the second one and the third one. I remember I watched your first film. I was in Wales. I was shooting a film.
It's the perfect place to watch.
And I watched your film, and I remember saying in an interview years ago, I was like, my dream role would be to play Spider-Man, and to be here today with you two is like mind-blowing. I can't quite believe that today is finally here. So I just can't wait to get to work. It's such a perfect full circle story. I'm just honored to be a part of it, really.
When they called initially, I was like, finally. I just feel grateful. I got the call and I was really open immediately about coming to do this, not without nerves and like, well, what's that look like? And, you know, what would that experience be? But to get to show up with beautiful, talented, creative people and play together, it's just like a yes.
It does feel just like a very fortunate turn of events to get a call like that. The nerd in me, the fanboy in me, on so many levels said yes. I think one of the things that's exciting that we're exploring in this film is finding each other within ourselves, and how weirdly us finding each other in this other dimension, we kind of heal things in each other, and we challenge things in each other, or we represent parts of ourselves that maybe we've lost, and like that sharing a brain thing is kind of a fun thing that we get to play with.
It's interesting, in the rehearsal today, like you would talk about something that was something that you clearly thought about while making your movies, and you would talk about something that was clearly something you thought about, but something I had never thought about. I was like, wow, that's so interesting to think about the character in that way. So it's been an amazing process so far.
Me and Jamie have remained in touch. He forces me to MC sometimes at parties and like freestyle rap. And it always goes really well.
Really well. I think we should say something.
Just to get a chance to hang out with him again and work with him again is really cool. But, you know, of course, like, my favorite villains are Alfred Molina and Willem Dafoe's versions of Ock and Goblin. So it's like, just to be in their presence is kind of cool.
First day in, going up to the set, just saying hi to folks, and then out walks Alfred Molina, out walks Marissa Tomei, Willem Dafoe, Tom, and then Jamie. I was just like a kid in a candy store, feeling all energized and perked up and ready to play.
It's like an actor's dream. The beauty of making these films is that we're so lucky that we get to work with people like yourselves. So it just, for me, just means I get to learn from more people. I think the best way to learn is to watch. And for me to watch them the way they work is amazing. And it's a bit of a masterclass for me, so I couldn't be luckier.
I'm so excited that I get to watch.
When I get in a room with John and our producers and they're talking, we're gonna have Toby and his Spider-Man, and we're gonna have Andrew and his Spider-Man's gonna be there. I was like, no way.
All right, let's do this. I think I can repair Dylan and Marco, but the others,
The idea that they are all the same thing and they could all come together and sort of help each other, that to me felt like it was part of the DNA of the story that we were already trying to tell. And that gave me an entry point to actually get them together so that it was a story element and an emotional thing.
You're okay. I got you.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I got it.
You okay? They grow and they change and they evolve from different writers to different artists. And in the case of the films, different actors. That's why the Marvel characters have persevered so long through the decades. And then you have the fun of starting to pitch it to the actors and doing something that is worthy of their time and of their energy and stepping back into this role. I had butterflies in those meetings with Toby and Andrew, hoping that they would sign up.
This is Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. There are other me's from another dimension. This is the wizard that I was telling you about.
We're all very secretive with our films, but on this one, it's been challenging because we have people that we are trying to keep secret. It's extremely hard to tell some of these actors, hey, don't go to the grocery store. We have 6 people that we've been trying to keep secret. Whenever Tobey Maguire was traveling from base camp to set, we put this huge cloak on him. He looks like the Emperor from Star Wars. I say cloaking is no joke. We cloak them up. The minute they step out of their trailer, they're on set, they could take it off. We had a situation where one of our actors got hurt and had to go to the doctor. He gets there, and lo and behold, the doctor got a selfie with him. And so we had to track that doctor down.
No. Tom, Zendaya, Jacob, and John. It was like me and Toby arrived and all of their arms were just kind of open in a way that felt respectful, really caring, really loving, and gave us a lot of freedom to create what we wanted to create.
Crawl around.
Crawl around?
Do it.
There was just such a kind of open-hearted coming together and embracing of each other and supporting each other. It was really beautiful.
So we all share something that no one else really understands. And I think for the 3 of us, it was so nice to be able to share that with someone.
I can still hear her voice in my head. She told me that with great power comes great responsibility.
I knew that whatever happened, it would be really interesting to see these 3 guys together. Even if it was a total failure, it would at least be an amazing document of a very strange thing that happened.
What?
3 U's.
So hopefully it's not a huge failure. This is great for the EPK.
It's all about a different aspect of playing that iconic character that people love. But they love all sorts of different ideas about that character, and I think that's what all 3 of these actors have been able to do.
To see Toby and Andrew and Tom form this bond and friendship, it was incredibly moving.
I feel like I need to introduce these guys to Strange.
Who is this guy? Where's the box?
The box is down there. I had to leave it down there because Electro electrocuted us. That's what John Watts told me to say.
I can't deny there was always something in the back of my head of like, gosh, it ended a bit abruptly for me. I heard the idea and I was like, I want to see that. I want to see that on screen. And it resulted in this very, very beautiful experience where I got to have a bit more closure on something that means so much to me.
It ties back into the big themes of the movie about getting a second chance. It really happened for him in this movie.
Are you okay?
It was important to make sure that these characters weren't coming back for the gimmick of having 3 Spider-Mans in one film. They had to come back and have a purpose. Their purpose is to help my Peter Parker not make the same mistakes they did.
Working with Andrew and Tom was really dear to me. It really was special.
Well, I got Connors. I already cured him once, so no big deal. Come on, it's no big deal.
Yeah, you're a lap stud.
Thank you.
I think I can...
I think that I can do that.
It's fun to look at all of the movies and see what their moves are, because they all have their sort of signature poses and their signature moves. Why does that look like Toby? Beyond just the suit, like what is the physicality that identifies him? What is the physicality that makes, Andrew, what makes Tom Tom?
Each actor plays Peter differently, as you would hope.
To choreograph the action, when you have three guys who look pretty identical swinging around, it's gonna be hard to keep track of them.
Okay, Peter 1, Peter 2.
Peter 2.
Peter 3.
Peter 3.
Right.
3, 2, 1, boom!
Toby, he's definitely older, but still wiser, so he has very good ideas. He was the planner of the team.
Gotta cure all of them, right?
Andrew had more of that dark side. He's a lot more agile, acrobatic.
Hey there,
Tom Holland, we really wanted to portray all the hardships that he's seen and all the battle that he's encountered in Endgame and Infinity War and really make it very visceral and a little darker than you've seen in past Spider-Man movies.
They're all so good. To have those three brilliant guys together, having fun, it was a dream.
The last night we were filming, there were definitely a lot of tears shed.
I just burst into tears because it was like your whole life. I feel like they were my three sons through different periods of my life.
All right, 1, 2, 3. I love them both very much. And to work with them and to see them in their suits and to laugh and joke and swap stories about their experiences and my experiences is honestly the highlight of my career.
All right, I gotta go find Ned and MJ there.
Go.
I guess I'll see you.
Get out of here.
I'll see you later.
All right. You know where to find us.
So we had 8 or 9 weeks of prep and rehearsal, and we put all of these fights together, and we tried to keep the tradition of what the fights and what the bad guys would normally focus on alive with that element, but also put our spin on it.
George's whole team just have such a physicality that bring our story to life.
And 3, 2, 1,
Obviously, wires play such a massive part, but the hard thing for wires with us on this is we had to put some 6, 7, even 8 characters on wires at the same time, and they all had to be very unique to their own character. We couldn't just hang Doc Ock there and hang the Green Goblin there, because it's like, no, they move very differently, and Goblin moves around on his flyer, so we had to make sure that when we were doing wires with him, that it played uniquely to his movements and his character. And that was one of the hardest things for us, was to make sure that we had all of those components together to make sure that the character was represented correctly from the wires and from the way they put the fights together.
Told you I never want to do this ever again!
MJ, I'm so sorry, but I can't see anything with your hand in my... I'm sorry.
We have an incredible team of people who make sure that we are very safe. It's like, whenever in the world will I be able to experience this stuff?
First day we had Zendaya with us was her jumping off a bridge in New York for the opening sequence. We had a scissor lift 55 feet in the air. We had 2, 100-foot cranes above her.
Yeah, my first day of shooting was like, okay, we're gonna lift you up on a cherry picker and you're just gonna jump off. And I was like, well, this sounds familiar.
We had the camera right next to her on a high-speed winch. We had her on a decelerator. She did nearly 50 feet of free fall and 9 feet of deceleration to a mark, and absolutely perfect.
What are you doing at work today? Oh, well, I just put a harness on and jumped off this thing.
Yeah,
Stuck it.
The fight in Happy's condo, we were all very excited about, because I think our main baseline was just, we're going to destroy this condo.
They're going through buildings, they're crashing through walls.
One of my favorite sequences in the whole movie. The Green Goblin is super strong, and he can take the abuse and the violence from Spidey. So that was a really interesting and exciting avenue for us to explore.
You have Willem and Tom doing a lot of their own stunts and wanting to be part of the physical process.
We wanted to make a Spider-Man fight that was violent, that he's going through walls, Goblin's going through walls, we're going through floors, and we just wanted to make it as big as it could be, as well as really play that Willem is a demented, evil character.
Spidey isn't doing so good in the fight. And he's got Goblin against the wall, and he's just giving it all he can. And Willem is just doing this incredible reactions with his face, and then just stops and gives the Goblin like the laugh, but that like cackle. And everybody on set just stopped. It kind of made your hair stand on end.
Whoa, that was so scary.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. We're an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.